obviously there are many victims of Hurricane Sandy, and one couple, Sheila and Dominic Trina, unfortunately lost their home as a result of the hurricane. They lived in Staten Island, and during the hurricane, the roof was ripped off their home, and of course, they had no way of fixing the damage. They needed their insurance company, Allstate, to get involved and show them a little bit of support and help so they can get their life back on track.
Well, that's good, because I mean, that's why you get insurance. If there's a disaster like this, you're in good hands, right? So I'm sure that the story ends well, right?
Except, as with most insurance stories, no, it does not end well. Allstate said, it wasn't because of the high winds, it was the flooding that caused the damage to your home. So as a result, since we don't cover flood damage, we're going to give you a tiny amount of money. In fact, let me give you the exact amount. The insurance company offered the Trinas, who did not have flood insurance, about $10,000 for the damages. They say that amount is well short of the $280,000 for which their home and its contents were insured.
So two things here. Number one, how did the flood rip off the roof of their house? And there are witnesses who say that the roof of the house was ripped off first. I don't know how a flood does that, okay? Second of all, you pay into that insurance, whether it's car insurance, home insurance, whatever it insures, your whole life. You pay, you pay, you pay. And you only need it if by some crazy chance a storm comes by and rips off the top of your house. And then they go, ha ha, you know, we were just kidding. We took all your money and we're not going to pay you.
So this is really interesting because I did a little research into flood insurance because I'm very curious as to why homeowners insurance doesn't include flood insurance. And the reason why is because in many parts of the country, well, you're not living in a high-risk area when it comes to flooding. That's why the government has gotten involved, and the government gives you some form of flood insurance. There are some private insurance companies that do offer flood insurance if you are in a high-risk area, but...
So understand what Allstate is doing here, and I'm sure a lot of the other insurance companies do too. They're actually, it's not that they think that those people aren't going to get compensated in some way. They just want to transfer the cost onto the U.S. taxpayer. Because if it's flood insurance, well, FEMA's going to cover that, right? And if it was a situation where FEMA wasn't involved, the government wasn't involved, and they said, hey, listen, you live by a river, or you live by the water, or the ocean in that case, we can't cover you, it's too great a risk, and then you took that risk on your own, I get it, right? And if it was actually the flood that did the damage and not something else, I get it, right? But that's not what this is about. This whole thing is a scam to transfer the costs onto the taxpayer and go, oh, well, since FEMA covers the flood thing, oh, no, everything's a flood, that was a flood, the roof getting ripped off was a flood, the fire was a flood, everything was a flood, so that we pay the bill and they don't.
So now there's another wrinkle in this story that amazes me. After Allstate basically denied the money that was owed to them after this incident, well, they decided to use images of their destroyed home in an Allstate ad.
Oh, how do you like that insult to injury?
Yeah, the ad was actually taken down by Allstate after the couple complained about it, and so they're like, okay, fine, then we won't use it. And Allstate's claim was, well, you know, the reason why we use it is because we just had, you know, random footage of the destruction from the hurricane. We didn't know that it was their home.
We didn't know that we were using footage of the people who we had dicked.
Exactly,
okay.
Exactly.
So, and you're like, oh, you're in good hands. Okay. And I guess what they're saying instead is that you're in cruel hands.
All right,
anyway.
Okay.
God
and
bless.
just to be fair, okay, and balanced in this story, Allstate says the following: Allstate is always focused on ensuring our customers are completely satisfied. In major disasters such as Sandy, we are often the first on the scene providing financial and emotional support. They have a funny way of showing it.
Yeah, we're the first ones to rush out there and say, you're not covered. Ha ha! Now look, as I said, I'm sure a lot of different insurance companies do the same trick, and I'm sure that they do pay out insurance in some ways. But having lived in America, we're all deeply frustrated by insurance.